Hello, Green Meadows families and friends, and welcome back to Zooming In on Green Meadows. This week, our guest is Miss Mulvaney. She has shared some facts with us this week, including that she coaches a sport and even works at a restaurant outside of school. Let's learn a little more about Miss Mulvaney when you join back up with us after the break. Well, hello there, Miss Mulvaney. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. It's been an interesting day back from fall break for me. Picked up some extra responsibilities this week, and I've got some fifth graders under my belt for a couple hours a day. So it's going to be an interesting remainder of the year for me, but it was good.
Yeah.
Um, I hope you had a relaxing fall break.
It was. Yeah. I did some stuff around the house. Came here one day out of the week and then just tried to relax as much as I could.
Yep, I came here one day of the week too. We just can't get away as teachers, so Okay, well, welcome to Zooming In. We're glad to have you. We've got some questions all set up for you. Hopefully, you enjoy them and it makes you think a little bit on your feet. And that's exactly what we try to do, just like we have the kids do every day. So,
Mhm.
we're going to go ahead and get started if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
Okay. The first one is just our simple question that we ask all of our teachers and staff. And it is, what do you do at Green Meadows? And could you tell us a little more about your job or how long you've been here?
Yeah. So I'm going on my third year here. I'm a fourth grade teacher, been with fourth grade since I got here, even student taught here. Um, and I guess more roles or responsibility. I don't know. I think that's it. What else should I say?
I don't know. Do you do any extracurriculars around here? Any sports or anything like that?
I did coach volleyball here this year. In the
I thought I saw
past,
you in there.
yeah, in the past I've coached at the high school level, but I wanted to just be here and be able to like walk with the girls and feel more community, I guess.
Well, we're glad that you chose to do that.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. A few years in, where you always are here early in the morning, which surprises me. I figured you would choose a morning to record this, but you chose after school. So,
Yeah.
okay, so let's get into our crazy questions. The first one is talking about food,
Okay.
and it is: are you a buffet person, or do you prefer to order from a menu? And either way, what is your go-to item when you're ordering?
This is such a good question. I am actually the person who will look at the menu, the whole menu, front and back, because I do try to mix it up a little bit. I think that comes with working at a restaurant and knowing or having to tell customers, my personal opinion on certain
Hmm.
things.
Hmm.
So I read that thing very in-depthly. I would say though, my favorite food is Italian, and if I was going to an Italian restaurant, my go-to would probably be a pizza.
Nice. Not some fancy pasta, just
Nope.
a nice crisp pizza. Okay, very good. Um, I like it. Okay. This could be related to food, but maybe not. And it
Mhm.
is, do you have any smells that are linked to great memories you have? And could you tell us about the memory if you do? We're on episode 12 and you haven't subscribed yet? Do you really want to be the person that misses all these great interviews? Subscribe today and leave us a comment telling us you did so. Don't forget to like the video while you're at it.
I do. I guess I don't know how to describe the smell. Maybe like a honey, um, oatmeal, I guess. My grandma, she makes quilts and we get them every year for Christmas. And just anytime I go home and snuggle up with it, I smell her house. And I actually grew up with my grandma. Like my parents, we lived there for the first like 5 years of my life.
Oh,
So that
cool.
was, yeah, that was kind of like home. So whenever I smell her and smell the blanket, takes me back to when we lived there.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Good answer to the question. I thought that was going to take someone a long time to think of, but you just right on it. Okay. We are in the Halloween season.
Mhm.
So this one's a little bit related to that. If you get afraid when you're in the dark, what do you picture is waiting there for you? Well, like what would freak you out? Or maybe you're not afraid of the dark.
I am very afraid of the dark. If I'm in the house, I will run down the hallway as fast as I can. I guess what I always picture, like kind of jumping out at me, is what you're saying.
Or sure, whatever you think is there scaring you.
Yes, I've always pictured like the boogeyman. Just your basic, Michael
just
Myers kind of
just
thing.
run of the mill scary person,
Yeah.
just hanging out somewhere in my hallway.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm sure there are plenty of kids that have the same feeling, so they'll know they're not alone.
Yes.
Um, okay. How about this? What's your least? You talked about your living at your grandma's house. What's
Mhm.
your least favorite place you've ever lived or visited, and why was it not so good?
My least favorite place. I feel like I really haven't had a bad experience anywhere. Maybe like uneventful. A good example, I guess, was this weekend. Alex and I were trying to kind of top off our fall break and do some fun stuff. We actually went to the Pacers game. And we wanted to shop before we went. So we went to the mall thinking it was going to be amazing. And almost all the stores were closed down. So we didn't even
Yep. Yeah.
so if anything, it was uneventful.
Just walked around and looked at some real estate, right?
Oh yeah, and there
This
was
place is for lease. This place is for lease. Yeah.
yeah, and then way more food than I think any shopping. So
Yep. I've been there with you. Yeah. That's I you have this really high expectation of something and just that letdown.
which
Hopefully you
maybe it
enjoyed
was
the
a
Pacers
sign.
game though.
Oh yeah, and they won. It was great. But going back to that, oh wait, what were we saying?
Oh, about the shopping? It
Yes,
was a
I think it was
sign?
a sign that I just shouldn't have spent money.
Yeah. Well, I could use that sign a little more often, I think. Maybe Miss Mulvaney's trip to the mall wasn't that great, but it helped her save some money that she could spend at our BSN sports store, linked in the description below. Remember that a portion of your purchase goes back to Green Meadows. Okay, I think that is the end of our random questions. I just had to double check. Yeah. So, we appreciate you answering those. Is there
Yeah.
anything that you would like to say to any Green Meadows friends, families, or community members that could be watching this video?
Just to all my former students, maybe even upcoming students, I miss you all. Hope you guys are doing well. I know some of them are in your now fifth grade class,
Yeah.
so I'm just hoping everyone's doing well.
Well, that's awesome.
Hmm.
We know that they're all gonna do just fine in fifth grade and all the years ahead of them. So
Yeah.
you did a good job preparing them.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you for joining us today, Miss Mulvaney, and we'll be looking forward to the next Zooming in person next week.
Yes, thank you.
Well, you have a good night.
You too. Bye.